Hello and welcome to Whyte Label Advice. I'm your host, Brooke McNeely. I'm VP of Marketing here at WhyteSpyder. I am here today with our solution specialist, Zann, and we're being joined by our special guest in California, Sergio Cruz. Hello, Sergio. Hey. So how are you, Sergio?
Oh, I'm doing lovely. It's a lovely morning. It's a lovely Friday. I'm very excited.
We are so happy it's Friday.
Friday, and hey, football's right around the corner too, so that's a bonus.
That is right.
Yeah.
Friday podcasts are always a little more casual than the other ones because we're just ready for the weekend. But we still have to get a little bit of work done before we can go. Right now, I wanted to talk about just the importance for brands to take their eComm strategy seriously. And so, Sergio, why should brands take their eComm strategy seriously?
Yeah, I think simple answer is like e-commerce is everywhere. It has, defined the next stage of our lives. I think e-commerce was already growing at such an amazing rate prior to the pandemic. And then in the pandemic, everybody sort of realized, like, one, this is essential for us to live through this super scary time. But two, when everything is set aside, there are so many tasks and so many things that I didn't think I could buy online or do online all of a sudden are, commonplace now. And so even myself, I always thought I'd never be a person to do delivery grocery from the store. I did it once while I had COVID, and I was just like, this is incredible. E-commerce is amazing. And so I think for brands, getting a piece of that right now is so important, and making sure that you're setting up relationships with consumers where they know that if they need X product, that they can always call on you guys and order your product and have it shipped to them in a really convenient time frame and in a really convenient way that works for them.
Sergio, we were looking at this yesterday, kind of indirectly, but in the realm of all things Walmart. I want to say it's just gone up. The e-commerce sales have just grown like a mountain. I'm putting you on the spot. Do you remember the percentage increase from last year to this year? I want to say it was like 12% or something like that. It was double digit. It was double digit.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
We'll have to do another episode. Yeah.
But
that'll be the stats episode.
Yeah, but my point is on Walmart for e-commerce, it is just continuously growing.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to stop.
If it would level out once like the pandemic is kind of
It kept
leveled
going.
out. It just kept going. That's good because it's so convenient.
Yep.
But yeah, we like to say at WhyteSpyder, we were talking about this back in 2015 when we first became a CCP for Walmart. We were talking about how we would always tell people, like, the internet is real, e-commerce is real, it's not going away, and so it's good to see that now in 2022 they're finally catching up to that. So
I have a theory as well on what potentially could have also helped the grocery delivery. Sergio, whenever that first started, I was very particular about my produce. Like, I always wanted to pick that out. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they did training on produce picking, but it's been stellar.
That's good. Yeah.
It's been great.
So good. Also, Sergio, we wanted to talk about, why is it important for brands to have a different digital or omni-channel strategy for different retailers?
Yeah, that's super important, just because with every retailer, one, you're getting a different set of rules from the retailer, right? They have, they have a certain brand promise or a certain commitment to the customer that you want to fulfill, and you basically want your brand to be able to fulfill that for them. And then there's the second part, which is the customer base. There are different customers shop at different places for different reasons. For instance, there are customers who really like to shop at Walmart because they like the convenience of picking up their order on the way home from work. For Amazon, that sort of brick and mortar omni-channel presence is not really as present. So, people may invest more on Walmart for getting that pick up today option. And then on Amazon, they may be really invested on FBA and getting shipment, within the hour, which is what we're approaching with these Amazon ship windows these days.
That's crazy.
It's out of this world, but with every retailer has its strength and weaknesses, I would say. And really, your job as the vendor, as the brand, is to understand where those strengths and weaknesses lie and how you can capitalize that and adapt your business to meet those challenges set out by the retailer.
At the neighborhood market, the one that's right here in Rogers, have you seen
Yeah.
the drone? They have like a drone
No.
station.
I've seen video. I have driven by there. I have not seen it in actual use other than through social media.
Okay, I haven't seen it in action through.
Yeah.
We need to do something like that. We need to order something
And then
have it droned over to the office and then just record the whole thing.
Take 45 seconds.
So that is just crazy at how fast, like you were saying, Sergio, like within the hour, it's like you're going to get a product within the hour, and that's insanity. Is Amazon using drones?
I believe they are. I think what's really beneficial for Walmart is that like their HQ has so many people who are like in Northwest Arkansas, so many people who work for Walmart or, do so much of their shopping at Walmart that when they see a Walmart drone, they're like, this is awesome. And they're like really invested in that change, So when I was talking to Alden, he was like, it's awesome. You just see like your local neighborhood market now has this sort of Star Wars-esque technology where like you can order something and a drone will take it to you. It's pretty incredible. And I think everybody in that area, in your guys' area, is super invested in seeing those innovations for their e-commerce business. So whether it be drones or whether it be in-home delivery, I think Walmart has a really great base of people willing to try out those services.
If we just take a step back and think about like how far we have come. It used to be cool to play Snake on your Nokia phone.
Oh yeah.
or texting. Mm-hmm. Now we're freaking shipping things with drones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. Just to, like if you look at it from 30,000 feet, that is just
it's huge.
It's
crazy.
insane. Yeah.
One thing I also wanted to talk about is what are like some brands, they're like, we have all the strategies, we're ready, we understand the importance of omnichannel and all this other stuff, but we don't have the resources to execute the strategies. What should people do then?
I would hope that they would give us a call. Our whole team, that's our whole appeal, is that we're just sort of an extra person on your team that is specifically driven towards seeing change and growth on Walmart.com and sort of keeping you abreast of all the changes so that you can adapt quickly from an enterprise level. So whether that's, small things like content or getting that foundationally sound to helping set up your big 6 promotions and getting inventory forecasted for that. Those are all the sort of services that we do on behalf of, the digital catalog program.
Sergio, I'm curious if you'll agree with what I'm about to say. What I hear a lot of the times from potential clients is they thought they were doing the right thing, or they're trying to do the right thing on Walmart.com, and maybe that was the right thing to do 2 years ago, and they kind of just let it sit for a while. I have seen great success of, okay, you employed this strategy or deployed this strategy 2 years ago or a year ago. Can you kind of talk about the importance of change on the site and why your team is great at adapting and staying on top of those changes?
Yeah, of course. I've seen Walmart change so much, especially on the marketplace side. Like 2 years ago, it was so hard to see what was going on the marketplace side, and now they developed all these amazing tools and access to knowledge bases that will help you develop your Walmart business. To your point, for best practices, I would say that if your best practices are generally in a good spot, they will hold over onto the next change. But in order to really be the leader in your brand, you really need to stay on top of these changes that Walmart is making. And I understand that can be extremely difficult. So I'll give you an example where I used to work in the appliances space. And one of the things we were telling our customers was like, our vendors was telling them that they need a picture of the appliance at a lot of different angles and from above and basically to give the customer the greatest sense possible of how big this appliance was, what it looked like, where it might fit in their home. But there was really no mention of like, getting like AR or like videos set up or all these crazy sort of next level things that are now commonplace on Walmart.com. Like having a video that shows like a tutorial of how to use the product, and then call out cards that will tell you within the item carousel how this product works. That's something that, if you didn't pay attention to that change, you may still have those really great high quality images of the appliance, but you don't have that customer convincing content that's going to have that customer convert on your product page.
And what do you guys do? So the WhyteSpyder team, they would help just, we don't create that content, but you would just kind of give advice and give guidance on what assets to go get next to make your item pages even better than they were before.
Definitely. And I mean, we're always just like keeping our ear to the ground with Walmart developments, and like even if we just hear like the whisper of something coming back, it's something that we're already telling our clients, hey, we heard that this type of rich media is coming down in September. Let's get all of your modules set up by the end of August, so that when Walmart gives the green light, we're the first ones to have that bit of rich media up and live on site. And it's content. It's we hear there's going to be a really big sale at the end of October or whatever it may be. That's the sort of stuff that we're staying privy to, so that we can like grab it, take it back to our clients, and let them know that we have a plan and that they will be prepared for that next step in Walmart's development.
That's really cool. And then one of the things I want to talk about, which is kind of like, how can, like you can help with, buyer meetings or things like that. You can, it sounds like, what we can do is so broad, but, but the clients can pick and choose, right? What they want to use us for. It's not like an all-in-one thing.
Yeah. It's, a lot of our clients are coming to us primarily with content asks, simply because content is so foundational on Walmart. Content sort of is the first step that you have to make sure that all your ducks are in a row before you can even think about spending money or, running promotions. A lot of merchants, before you even talk to them, will say, we need all your items to be at 95%, or, that's a non-starter, right? But really it really depends on the client, right? So if there's a client who has 100% content health scores across the board and they're still struggling, they still don't know how to navigate that relationship with their merchant, or how to get pinned placement, or how to run co-op deals with their merchant, that's something that we have also helped with in the past, and have also been able to give that advice because we've been merchants at Walmart in the past. So it really depends on the client. But we've worked with so many different clients at so many different stages in their relationship with Walmart.
And kind of in addition to that, I feel like Sergio and that entire team, anytime we're partnering with a potential client, they just continuously, it's like going to school almost. When we have those monthly meetings, they'll be learning and growing. And so if you have an e-commerce team, or you're building one up, bringing Sergio and his team in to partner with you guys, you're going to learn something. And it's going to help you understand your Walmart business today, tomorrow, and months from now. So, Sergio, I'm really bragging on you.
Yeah, no,
it's just Sergio too.
Yeah,
It does with the phone and the button.
Yeah,
100%. It's the sort of thing where there have been like client asks that have helped us build out a core competency of our business. So if a client is coming to us with a particular issue and we only know how to half solve it, it becomes our priority that week to figure out, who am I talking to, what knowledge-based articles am I reading, in order to provide that service to the client and make sure that they are completely in control of this situation. Yeah. So it's 100% that. I've done a lot of learning about Walmart. It feels like I spent so much time at Walmart learning, and then it really hasn't stopped now that I'm no longer work for Walmart. But it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys are like the Vanilla Ice of Walmart and WhyteSpyder. The if there is a problem, I'll solve it. So
we need to get Sergio some parachute pants.
We do. Yeah. Yeah. We need
And a button.
Yeah.
So, well, that's great. Thank you, Sergio, for joining us. And do you have any final words? I guess one thing we haven't talked about is how can people get started? How can people get access to the Sergio panic button?
Yeah, I would say email us, fill out our form on WhyteSpyder.com, comment under this video, and at me, and we can set up a call just so we can understand, where you're coming from, what your needs are, and basically how we can help. We really like to advertise ourselves sort of like as a Swiss Army knife. We can sort of fill in where you see the gap, and we can do so many different things that hopefully it'll feel like you have a second merchant, but one that's on your team and is working directly with your interests in mind.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. This was a lot of fun, and we'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.